Courage. It's not just about standing tall. It's about protecting the ones who matter the most. Jigra isn't born from strength alone. It's born from love, from the bond that ties a sister and a brother together. It's in these moments when you realize that your love for him outweighs any fear, any danger. A sister's love isn't about words. It's about standing between the world and her brother no matter what. It's about fighting for him when no one else will, about carrying the weight of his pain and making it her own. In a world where everything can fall apart in an instant, that bond becomes the anchor. Jigra is that unbreakable spirit that finds the strength to fight even when you're scared, the willingness to sacrifice for the one person who means everything. Because a sister's heart is fierce, protective, and unstoppable when it comes to her brother. In that bond, in that love, lies the true meaning of Jigra. The courage to face anything, to endure everything, because some things are worth more than your own life. What is up, amigos? Welcome back to my channel. So Jigra opens with a haunting scene that sets the tone for the entire film. Satya and her younger brother Ankur, played by the talented Vedang Raina, are orphaned after their father tragically commits suicide. From that moment on, Satya becomes Ankur's protector, his only family. Fast forward, and Ankur, now an adult, finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. During a trip to Hanshidao, a fictional Southeast Asian country, Ankur is caught up in a legal nightmare. He is stopped for a minor traffic violation, but his friend Kabir has a bag of cocaine. While Kabir's father pulls strings to get him out, Ankur is left behind and quickly becomes the scapegoat for drug possession. The Hanshidao authorities waste no time sentencing him to death by electrocution. Satya, upon hearing this, immediately flies to Hanshidao determined to save her brother. This is where the plot thickens. She's alone in a foreign country with an unfamiliar legal system and time is running out. In her desperation, she meets Bhatia, played by another talented and a veteran Manoj Pahwa, a retired gangster whose own son Tony is also on death row in the same prison as Ankur. Now they form an unlikely alliance, and together with Muttu, a former cop played by the Telugu actor and director Rahul Ravindran, they concoct a dangerous plan, a prison break. Now meanwhile, inside the prison, Ankur forms a bond with fellow inmates, including Tony and Ryan. They're all trapped under the watch of Hansraj Landa, again played by, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say the word talented, Vivek Gombar, a sadistic prison warden who takes pleasure in tormenting them. The prison break plot involves intense planning, and though it doesn't go as smoothly as expected, Satya's determination to free her brother never wavers. The climax is a high-octane sequence that blends action, emotion, and suspense. Of course, there would be multiple close calls and setbacks, otherwise where is all the suspense? But will Satya and her group be able to manage to free Ankur? Well, the emotional toll of the journey is heavy, and the film's final scenes reminding us this was never just about escaping a prison, it was about the lengths we go to for our families. Now, as always, Alia Bhatt delivers one of her most powerful performances to date in Jigra, and I don't know how many times I've said this because she outshines herself in every movie. Satya, played by Alia, is not a superhero. She's a woman driven by love, desperation, and sheer willpower. Bhatt captures this perfectly, especially in the moments where Satya is on the verge of breaking down but refuses to give up. The fear in her eyes is palpable, but so is her resolve. Bhatt strikes the perfect balance between vulnerability and strength, making you root for her every step of the way. Vedang Raina, played by Ankur, is equally impressive. His portrayal of a young man caught in an impossible situation adds emotional depth to the film. You feel his helplessness as he navigates the brutal world of Hanshidao prison. His scenes with Alia Bhatt during the bonding sequences of the first half especially, and in the final prison break, are packed with raw emotion and a very natural chemistry of brother-sister love. Manoj Pahwa as Bhatia is another standout. He adds some much-needed levity to an otherwise tense narrative. His character, though a former gangster, brings a surprising warmth to the film, particularly in his bond and relationship with Alia. Now, the dynamic between Satya, Bhatia, and Rahul Ravindran's Muthu during their planning of the prison break is one of the film's highlights. The cinematography is visually stunning as well. Swapnil S. Sonavade makes great use of the vibrant, neon-lit streets of Hanshidao, contrasting the bustling city with the grim reality inside the prison. The action scenes are not that great but decently choreographed. Particularly the final prison break sequence, which is both chaotic and visually decently convincing. Every shot is designed to heighten the tension and it works perfectly. Now, while Jigra has plenty going for it, there are a few areas where the film falls short. The biggest issue is the pacing. The first half of the movie is incredibly engaging, filled with emotional stakes and tense build-up. However, the second half, particularly during the prison break, feels a little rushed. The meticulous planning of the jailbreak is glossed over in favor of action sequences, which, while exciting, don't quite match the emotional intensity of the first half. The film also struggles with its supporting characters. While Manoj Pahwa's Bhatia is a fully realized character, others, like Muthu and the prison warden Hansraj Landa, feel quite underdeveloped. Hansraj in particular is a bit of a caricature. His sadism is over the top and his motivations remain unclear throughout the film. A more nuanced villain could have maybe added greater depth to the narrative. Additionally, the film's tonal shifts can be jarring at times. While Jigra starts as an emotional drama about a sister's love for a brother, it quickly transitions into a high-stakes action film. This shift, while entertaining, might not sit well with viewers expecting a more consistent tone. Jigra is a film that thrives on its emotional core. The bond between Satya and Ankur drives the entire narrative, and it's this relationship that makes the film so compelling. Alia Bhatt's performance is a tour de force, and the action-packed prison break sequence, though rushed, is thrilling to watch. While the film does have some pacing issues and underdeveloped characters, the emotional depth and high-stakes drama make it a worthwhile experience. Now, if you're a fan of films that explore the lens people go to for family, Jigra will hit all the right notes. It's a film that will make you think about the sacrifices we make for the people we love and how far we are willing to go to protect them. And that's it for my review of the movie Jigra. So what are your thoughts? What would you do if your sibling was in Ankur's shoes? Do let me know in the comments below. Would you go to the same lengths as Satya to save them? Well, it's a fictional thing and hypothetical, but you can let me know for sure in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth reviews. For today, that's it. Bye-bye.